myself, I'm passing a test. See, I'll pass on the rest so I can pass all the rest. There ain't no competition in this conversation, I guess. So you can never defeat me. I'm making all this look easy. I know this industry need me. I knock you out, leave you bleeding. I'm the greatest human being alive. Don't gotta try. And if you step into me, say your final goodbyes. 'Cause number one, that's forever. Defeating you is my pleasure. Who's stepping up?
What's up, everybody? It's AEW Dynamite Wednesday night. Will Osprey is here. Redheaded Raggedy Ann is here from New Jerk Me Off, Japan. Wow. Better than you. The show is missing MJF tonight, man. They're missing MJF big time tonight on AEW, in my opinion. A couple of weeks ago when MJF cut a promo, we had 900 people watching us live for the AEW review. I want you guys to remember those numbers. I want you all to remember that we had 900 people tuned in last week for MJF's absolute pipe bomb on my show. It was a dynamite. It was a dynamite. But tonight, Will Osprey debuts. And right now, at this time last week, after MJF's pipe bomb promo, we had 700 people joining us as it climbed to the 900s at this point last week. What do we have right now? 185 and counting, maybe 200. Make no mistake about it, MJF is money, MJF is numbers. This New Japan tournament crap, it ain't gonna cut it to most people. Sure, some of us love it. Some of you guys love it. Some of us love it. But the fact of the matter is, an MJF real as fuck promo was more important. It was better. It was bigger. Will Osprey looks like a rapist. I'm just going to say it right now. Yo, the reason why I'm playing MJF's theme is to get something across to everybody. The Celtics jam it home, 61-49. Brown slam dunk. Sorry, lost my mind there for a minute. And I know the Celtics Warriors are on, but I don't care. I don't care about that because you know what? Basketball was on during the WWE reviews as well. Who gives a shit about New Japan? I guess. Because last week, like I said, my channel, 900 live viewers to talk about the MJF pipe bomb on AEW. Tonight, we're at 227 people. Where is everybody? And you know what it is? There's no MJF. There was no MJF tonight. Quite honestly, bro, this was a not good show tonight, in my opinion. I didn't really enjoy tonight at all, that much. Just did not enjoy it. Now let's go take a look at my poll on Twitter to see what you guys are saying. 89 votes and counting on Twitter. with the poll saying, does AEW have too many belts? And yes is winning with a 47%. Maybe 16%, and no, 27%. No, get even more, say 9%. So about 36% of you think it's fine. 47% of you think there's way too many belts. And 16% of you think maybe there's too many belts. So that's where we're at right now with the poll on Twitter. So that's basically what's going on. This was a bad night. Bad night of AEW, a bad night for interest. So that's not good. You know what I mean? So that's about it, man. I don't know, bro. I'm looking at the numbers, and all I know is when MJF cut a promo, I got 100 subs, 900 people were watching me live, and tonight, nobody cares. 240 viewers, and I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna do for a number tonight. I'm going to bet that it dropped, though. I'm going to bet interest maybe dropped a bit. I mean, the one thing keeping the interest going was really MJF. And, at this point, I don't know. I think the wrestling fans, like, AEW is mixed up of a couple of different types of people, right? One of them is, people that just love wrestling. Just give us lots of good wrestling, yes. Crazy wrestling tournaments and wild, crazy wrestling Young Buck style. New Japan Young Buck style, yeah. Then there's the people that want the Attitude Era back again, and sometimes they get that. And then there's the people, I think they fall into the MJF promo crowd and, the people that like maybe Moxley's hardcore matches or things like that. Like, I think I'm more in that crowd than anything. I like the mix of it, though, to be honest. Like, when I think about it, it's the mix of everything that I love about AEW. I like when I can get a strong style match, a Young Bucks match. I like when I can get a story, a shoot, a promo, blood in a match, hardcore match, and a mix of everything. When I can get that mix of everything, that's when things are like that. It's going well, man. When you can mix it all up like that, for me, I'm pretty happy about that. So if you can do that, then you got me, bro. You got me. If you can mix it up like that. But if you can't mix it up like that, then I typically tend to get a little irritated. And I think for me tonight, I believe that it was just a little too much on the side of the New Japan. Like, there's New Japan, there's Ring of Honor belts, now there's an Atlantic Championship thing. Go fuck yourself. There's way too many belts. Dude, there are way too many belts. I'm just going to say it. I didn't want to say anything because I wanted you guys to decide what you think in the poll, in the chat, and decide for yourself what you are. But, dude, there's too many belts in this company. What are we doing here? I mean, even though the Ring of Honor belts aren't this company's belts, I don't care, man. The perception is that there's too many championships. There's just too many. They're everywhere. You guys seemingly think so as well. There's a small percentage that think no. Some people said they need more. I mean, I don't know about that. But this is getting to be a WWE situation. Way too many belts that don't mean enough. We are literally getting into WWE territory. The TNT Championship is becoming devalued. Now there's Ring of Honor titles up the asshole everywhere. And now there's going to be a new Atlantic Championship thing, and there's two women's. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing, AEW? You guys are doing way too many belts. There is a major problem, in my opinion, going on right now. This is crazy ridiculous. So let me drop in on the donations and see what's up. We'll start reviewing this from the beginning to the end. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it, but real quick, let me pop into some dono. Shit bum. Here's a shit bum.
Will Osprey and now time for Osprey versus Kenny Omega.
Will Osprey, Magpul Mike and OG here. What's up, Magpul? Will Osprey and AEW. Now it's time for Osprey versus Kenny Omega. Yes, Kenny Omega should be coming back soon, right? So I mean, why not? You know, I mean, the thing about Will, see, and this is what I'm talking about with, like, tonight was sort of a wrestle heavy night. Tonight was about the lineage, the wrestling things, and New Japan and shit like that. Will Ospreay is not a good talker, really, in my opinion. I don't know that much more about him. He's a good wrestler. He's a crazy, acrobatic, psycho wrestler guy. Yeah, flippity-floppity everywhere. He's fun and exciting to watch in the ring when he's wrestling. MJF wrestles more of a classic psychology style. But MJF cuts a way better promo. So last week we got the MJF promo, which was great, but we didn't get a match that was crazy or, you know, things like that. This week it was more focused on the wrestling people. You know, this was about the tournaments that are coming up and the championships that are going to be on the line. And it wasn't about a story really about this or that guy. You know, so if you love legit just straight up wrestling and stuff like that, then this sort of sets those matches up. And that's the thing. There's a difference between sort of setting a match up and telling a really good story. None of this was really good storytelling. It was just attacks were happening to say we're wrestling at the big match. You know, there wasn't crazy good storylines. It was just me versus you. Urgh. Like, so those matches will be good, maybe. And a lot of people are definitely looking forward to those matches, no doubt about it. But the problem is, you know, the build isn't that fun, you know? So at least it's not to me. You know, like last week, MJF's promo was funner than anything I feel like I was going to see tonight. But we'll talk about that. We'll go into everything that's going on here tonight. The night started off with the big Battle Royal, which I caught about half of it. I was on my way home, and you know, had to watch it on a tiny phone while driving in the car. So, unfortunately, I wish I could give you good detail on what I saw in that Rumble, but I didn't. I was watching it. I was pumped up for the Acclaims promo. And in a minute, I'm going to open the phone lines up in a second, too. I think my friend Chris was going to call up. Oh, one of my original co-hosts, Chris Tosovich, was going to call up and potentially be here. So we'll see. What was the reason for the Battle Royal? Well, that was to see who went to the main event tonight, to see who would then face somebody at Forbidden Door. Confusing. But I did not enjoy tonight. I got to tell you, it was just a lot of setup for a Forbidden Door. I just don't care that much about this. I'm going to be honest, man. I used to watch New Japan, and I used to love this sort of, you know what I mean? I remember when I talked about Kenny Omega, and, you know, Dingleberry didn't even know who he was, Mustang Man. And now it's like, you know, whatever. I don't know. The Battle Royal was all right-ish. The ending was pretty decent. I like Will Ospreay. The way he won was fine. You know, Moxley cut a decent promo, kind of, like I thought. But, like, let's go over that a little bit.
Wrestling by the balls. Tonight, I guess, is the Wednesday Night Wars come to life, right?
I guess tonight comes to life, right? Well, man, I guess when I have to step up and I do this, and I'll make it. Dude, I'd rather listen to Eddie Kingston talk about killing his mother for 5 minutes than another one of these Moxley promos. I got to be honest.
All due respect, Kyle O'Reilly. All due respect. You are in there with the wrong guy at the wrong place at the wrong time, because this tournament, this opportunity would.
I like how Jon Moxley claims New Japan, because Jon Moxley's been over there. He's been their United States champion and things like that. So I like that Moxley's sort of claiming that, like, I know this place, I know this territory, I know I can win over there. You know, nobody else knows it like I do, blah, that sort of thing. So, you know, that's nice. I guess. But Tony rigged his own rankings. They didn't even put the number 2, 3, and 4 contenders in the match. Laughing my ass off, says DJ Scandalous. Yeah, exactly. Because the ratings thing, they just need to come out and say it's out the window. It doesn't matter. At this point, what they're doing is kind of the same thing that in the past WWE has done. They have a record. People have a record, but it doesn't matter. You only bring it up when you need to bring it up, and you bring it up when you want to bring it up, and there really is no need for the record whatsoever because they just work it. They gimmick the fucking record, right? Which was always the reason why records are stupid in a way. But also, they could have been used to really legitimize stuff. But quite honestly, if the fans want to keep track of the records themselves, they can, and the company can decide to utilize that whenever they want. Hey, we took a look at the record of this guy, that guy, or the other thing, and fact of the matter is this guy's 15-0, or this guy is 6-0 against this certain wrestler. We just realized that. Hey, man, let's use that. Okay, but other than that, it becomes a detriment when it comes to things like this, just like DJ Scandalous just mentioned. It just becomes a detriment at that point. Just throw the rankings out the window. We've talked about this for a long time. You thought you were going to do it. You thought it could work. Cornette was right when it comes to that. He said it wouldn't work, and other people said it was stupid as well. And you know what? I thought it could work maybe, but based on what I saw them doing with it for the first 4 months of the show, it was 4 months. 4 months into Dynamite, I said, they're not even doing it, so just throw it out the window right then. It should have been cut. They don't need to do that. You can't save everyone. You're right. Tony is protecting almost everybody, and it's trying to please everybody, and I get that. I get his problem. He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. But, you got to just cut people loose, and you got to just be like stone cold. You know what I mean? This sort of trying to please everybody at this point isn't going to work. It's all a mess at this point. So Moxley cuts this promo. Yeah, man. Man, I don't know, man. Man, I've been doing this, man. What is he doing at this point? He is just the worst at this point. I like Moxley if he's when he's being sadistic and crazy. That's when he's the best.
Whatever you want to call it, it belongs to me. The forbidden door belongs to me. It always has. On June 26th, it's going to be a moment 3 years in the making. 3 years of blood, sweat, and tears in one fell swoop. New Japan, AEW, and this entire sport belong to me. Love you, Mom.
It was pretty good. Pretty good. A little weird, but pretty good. At least he cuts a promo, and seems to believe something of what he's saying. Then Pac came out and had a match against Buddy Murphy. They did a bunch of flippity-floppity, which was all right, but it just kind of all right, I don't know. It was pretty fun. And Pac going to the top rope, and Pac, he nails it! That was a fun match. It really was. Great ending. Had a couple of great moments. That was the best. I think that was the best match of the night. I don't remember now 100% off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure Pac versus Buddy Murphy was the best match of the night. The physical fighting in the match started at 35 minutes and 58 seconds, and the match ended at 46 minutes. So we had a 10-minute match that was broken up by a 3-minute commercial break. So we saw 7 minutes of a match. I think that was the funnest match of the night. The crowd responded the most to that. It was good. I liked where it was. And then Eddie Kingston came on to cut a promo. We'll talk about that.
You cost me a chance to be world champion. I promised myself that I was going to be world champion, and you cost me that. Garcia, I hate you. 2.0, whatever your names are. I hate you. Hey, Chris Jericho, I hope you're watching, brother. Get used to this, because I'm still going to get you. Don't count me down. Okay, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I know the little seat thing's 30 seconds. Yeah, hooray, TV. Jake, I want you.
I love it, dude. He went into the Stone Cold. Don't count me down. Don't count me down, you son of a bitch. Like, dude, he went Stone Cold Steve Austin. Don't count me down. I fucking loved that part. I love it. This is one of the best things I heard all night. Eddie Kingston. Just make sure he's on the mic every fucking week. And make sure it's not watered down either. I want Eddie Kingston unleashed, saying some things that maybe he shouldn't. And MJF, Eddie Kingston, you name it, this man needs to be on the mic damn near every week with some crazy shit. Dude, this guy could come to my door and, like, if he started talking, he was like, yo, we're going to go, like, fuck up your neighbor. And I'd be like, dude, that's crazy. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And then he would say shit, and I'd be like, you know what? You got a point. You know what I mean? Dude, I would follow this guy, like, to a goddamn prison wearing a dildo, like, at this point. So please, more of Eddie Kingston on a Rampage.
On Rampage. I don't care if
oh, my God, he said Rampage.
Get used to this, because I'm still going to get you. Don't count me down. Okay, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I know the little seat thing's 30 seconds. Yeah, hooray, TV. Jake, I want you on Rampage. I don't care if it's after the NBA, after the NHL, whatever it is.
Wait, did somebody else get angry at the people counting down? Who else did that? I saw the comment from Ray in the chat. Is somebody else saying that, or other people are doing that? Who else is arguing that they're being counted down? Can you tell me? Because I missed it. If that happened, I missed it. So let me know, because I would then, yeah, there's a problem if everybody's saying that. You don't want everybody saying that.
I want you on Rampage. I want you on Rampage, and I'm going to fight you. Come here. Come here. Come here. Now you can tell the truck, I'm done. This is my outline.
So it's pretty good. Oh, MJF did it? Oh, he did it last week. Did he? I don't even remember that. But yeah, it makes sense that MJF... I mean, that's a Stone Cold thing. So Eddie Kingston ripped off MJF. That's what you're saying, right? The first time I ever heard that, I'm willing to bet it's the first time it ever happened. Do you guys remember? I mean, maybe some NWA fans. Maybe an NWA fan of the Four Horsemen, the original Four Horsemen in WCW, maybe some, or in NWA rather. Maybe somebody somewhere remembers that happening. But the first time I ever saw it was Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think he was on, it was probably 1996 or 1997. And Stone Cold was like, "Don't count me down, son. Don't tell me when I'm done. Don't count me down." And then, you know, he would say that once in a while. He would do it like, he did it a few times. One time he even took the guy and waffled him into a ladder. I remember that. That was like one of the first times. So I've never heard anybody really do that. So if MJF did it last week, then Eddie Kingston's borrowing. So it's been a while. But I love it because, you know, if you're angry and you're cutting a promo into the camera rather, and you're flipping out, and some guy's like, you got 3 seconds, you got 2 more, you got 5, you got 2, whatever, you know, someone's gonna get mad. Don't count The Rock down. I heard The Rock used to do it. Don't count The Rock down. The Rock will take as much time as The Rock wants. Shove this microphone up your candy ass. The Rock says I have as much time as, you know, whatever. So I don't know. DJ Scandalous says, I was too young to understand what Austin meant. I understood what Austin meant at the time. But, you know, you might not have understood this until he grabbed the guy and brought him on, you know, if you're younger. But, yeah, I like the sort of a fourth wall break or whatever. But I like it because they know that – I love when they do stuff like that because it makes it more legitimate. Like, they know they're on TV – and, you know, there is really someone directing and saying, like, you got this amount of time, hurry up, you know, whatever you're going to say or whatever. And, like, I love that sort of acknowledgement of the fourth wall or whatever you want to call it. It makes it seem more legitimate. Like, they know that you're there and they know you are there and everybody knows everybody's there and whatever else. Yeah. Oh, shit! What if the turkeys hate us? It's turkey time! What if they filleted us? What if they killed us and ate our children? What it's if turkey the time! Ate us? What if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us? If they had to hate us? Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. But first they'd eat our nuts. And then they'd eat... Hit the remix, everybody. People are asking for the remix. If the turkeys ate us, if they had to hate us, what if the turkeys ate us instead of they filleted us? What if the turkeys ate us instead of mashed potatoes? Lance Archer sucks. Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, those turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. And first they'd eat our nuts, and then they might eat our butts. Yeah, the turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? Remix. What if the turkeys ate us? Remix. What if they filleted us? Instead the turkeys ate us. Thanksgiving's getting kind of freaking crazy because people's blood might be the gravy. The turkeys might gobble on our giblets. Instead they might gobble on the testicles. Get your Turkey Club t-shirt today. It's popping up in the chat right now. The best-selling t-shirt that I've ever made. Over 100 sold t-shirts. The Turkey Club t-shirt. Available still for only $24. The Turkey Club t-shirt. Popping up in the chat right now. Hopefully. There you go. The turkey donation courtesy of the Soundwave 92. We took a little too much time with that dono, but hey, man, I had fun. Soundwave donates $29, and he says, tonight proved MJF's point. Tony Khan only pushes ex-WWE guys and decides O'Reilly Auto Parts was a great choice to be in the main event. Wow. That's crazy. You're right. Something about the ex-WWE guys for Tony Khan. I'm telling you, Tony, can someone tell Tony Khan I used to commentate for WWE? You know, technically I tried out, and I was there for a day or two. You know what I mean, right? So we can just tell him that, and that'd be nice. So can we tell Tony Khan that I worked at WWE? Anybody want to do that on Twitter for me? You know, WWE is still going to think about picking up Joe Cronin, so, you know, get him first, Tony. Someone just please text him that. Thank you. In advance for anybody that does that. Mitch Bennett, Turkey Tits Club. I don't know if the Turkey Club, the shirt popped up ever in the chat. It's supposed to, but I don't think it did. But right now, Soundwave could be taking home that JCS Digital Championship. Soundwave 92 with the top donation of the stream so far. Thank you, Soundwave, man. What's up? Hard to imagine it was that long ago that we were at AEW Boston with Soundwave 92. I had a blast meeting him, man. Can you believe that I met you, man, like 3 years ago now? It's been that long since we hung out. That's crazy. It was a great match, but Kyle isn't built up enough. I know he's really new, man. He's so new. So new. Lots to talk about tonight. Thank you, Soundwave. Let's see what other donations are coming up.
Your hard-earned money. and to fund my show.
Oh, shit,
to
the
fund
ghost
what I do,
from the coast.
To fund what I believe in, to fund my godly ass. JCS Army,
Oh, no.
donate to me.
Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me.
Toni Storm is hot but needs to ease up on the makeup or ease up on the tanning lol.
Well, you know, she's trying to pull off that OnlyFans look, Ghost from the Coast. I mean, you got to remember, man, right? You know. She needs to keep up that OnlyFans look. She can't go losing that, you know?
Shit bomb.
Thank you, Ghost from the Coast.
Where did all these belts come from? I don't watch weekly shows lol.
I don't know. I think one of the things that hurts them a bit is the fact that some of the belts aren't even theirs. It's like Ring of Honor belts are there. Belts from all over the goddamn place are all over the show, making it seem like everybody's a champion or there's a million championships. I just don't like that. That is the problem. There's too many belts everywhere, and that's an issue. You know, so they need to fix that, because if they don't, shit's going to get bogged down and there's going to be a problem. It's hard to believe that we were here doing these AEW reviews back on November 2019, man. And there was a lot of people watching back then. Shit bum. You know?
Having a transatlantic championship and a trios tag team championship on the way, there are absolutely too many belts.
See?
Reality is that nobody gives a shit about tournaments, they only care about storylines and characters. This isn't complicated.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You're right, Soundwave. There's just too much tournament stuff and whatever. It's too much, man. We had these great stories going into the last AEW pay-per-view. And then we started pretty decent on the Wednesday after the pay-per-view. But now we've taken a whole, forget the story, forget the really crazy story, week-to-week TV stories. We're going into the whole tournament thing and forbidden doors and multiple belts are showing up and happening. And, oh, man, it's just there's too much of that, I think. I know some people love it. And that's fine. For a lot of people, it's great. But the problem is that there's a lot of people that don't. I feel like the majority of people aren't going to get into that. And that's going to lead to issues, I believe. It's going to lead to people not caring as much, you know, not wanting to be a part of it maybe, or they're just tuning out. You know, maybe they're watching the Celtics game right now. You know, I don't know. I'm just worried about that kind of distracting people or like making people tune out or, you know, feel like they don't care. It's a little complicated for me right now. I'm trying to go back to, you know what I've been trying to find is my documentary thing where I went to AEW Boston. And I was there, and I documented the whole thing, and we had a lot of fun. And I was always supposed to release it, like in a full video, and I thought I did, but I can't find it. And I've been thinking, like, okay, well, I'm going to go, you know, re-upload it and release it, but I don't know what the hell I did with it. You know, I thought I released it, but now I've been looking around, and I can't find it. I don't know what the hell I did with it. I don't know why. I've been looking everywhere. I swear to God, I thought I uploaded it a long time ago. crazy. My AEW Dynamite reviews used to get 10,000 views. And after I did them, I used to play Diablo 3. We used to stream a lot of Diablo 3 at the end of them. That's crazy, man. We used to just kill it. This show used to kill it. All the shows used to kill it. But, yeah, I can't. I've been trying to find it for you. And I just can't find it, man. Someone asked me where it went. And they wanted to see it. And now I can't figure it out. I can't figure out where it went. Boston's still up by 10, yeah. I have to go upstairs and kick somebody's ass, apparently. I don't know what's going on upstairs. Let's see if the Turkey Club t-shirt pins now. I tried to repin it again. I don't know. Maybe it's because the poll is there. It's not working. Forza Ferrari.
Toni Storm in the ass really hard.
Whoa! Forza Ferrari I-90. With the old 666, which I got to fix that one. I'll get that fixed by Friday. Please come back Friday and try it again. That's the KANE one.
Shit bum.
Global Cameron. Thank you, Global Cameron, for donating, man. What's up? Appreciate it, man. He's dropping the $5 super chat and becoming a $5 shit bum. Thank you, sir. Let's keep rattling through the donations to get them going. I'm going to rattle through the rest of them here. Then we'll get back to the review. We left off around after Eddie Kingston, I believe. I think the poll is what it is, yeah. Yes, 50% believe that there's too many belts. So I'm going to go ahead and say that, yeah, there's too many belts, man. At least half of you think there's too many. Then some of you think there's probably too many. Maybe. Only like 28% or something of people think that there could be more belts. So I got to believe that's where we're all at.
Nothing scarier and evil stable than guy named Buddy.
Yeah, the name Buddy. Yeah, you don't want to mess around with that type of guy. A guy named Buddy, will slide it in you when you're not looking, You got to be careful.
You all have decided to take your hard-earned money.
Oh, shit.
And to fund
Global Cameron.
What I do, to fund what I believe in, to fund my godly ass. JCS Army, donate to me.
The Celtics, the Warriors.
Acknowledge me.
The Forbidden Boar. Delusional asshole. Oh, my God. The Forbidden Boar.
John Moxley a good talker but overrated in the ring like Kenny Omega, but Omega is not a good promo in my opinion. Will Osprey is like Ricochet, not good talker, they both just doing flip.
I don't know. I think I like Kenny Omega in the ring better than John Moxley. But Moxley can speak better. So you're right. It's kind of like a toss-up. If you could mix them together, it would be better.
More belts than Rybotch has brain cells, Archer sucks.
Right? More belts than brain cells, says Mr. Pico Boulevard. And yes, Rybotch does suck. He's an asshole. I think we all agree with that.
Oh.
All right, so now we're 50 minutes into AEW. Trent comes out, and I couldn't care less about what he says. FTR comes out. Nobody cares about that. But then Will Osprey shows up, and they attack him and everything. And yeah. So Will Osprey is here to do the flippity-floppity for New Japan. Then Fit Finley's son comes down to the ring, and that was kind of neat. And he has a decent little match with Adam Page, but nothing special to me. Then Adam Page says he wants Okada's ass. And then Adam Hangman Page cuts a better promo than he ever did during his fucking rivalry with CM Punk. During his CM Punk match rivalry on pay-per-view, somehow Adam Hangman Page cut a better promo about facing Okada in the Forbidden Door than he managed to cut against CM Punk. He cut atrocious promos against CM Punk that were terrible, disguised in passion with no substance. And this was probably better because you could at least kind of believe that he's like, I'm coming for that belt. Ah! It's like, okay, well, I can kind of believe that, whatever, okay. So Hangman Page has some determination. Then Adam Cole is sitting there with the goddamn fucking Owen Hart belt that doesn't mean worth a shit, but he's sitting there with it. So Adam Cole has a belt as well. So if you're just tuning in to AEW tonight, you got fucking the tag team champions of Ring of Honor. You got the World Championship, the TNT Championship, the Women's Championship. Where's the AEW Tag Team Championships? I don't know. Adam Cole has this pink belt thing. What the fuck does anything mean anymore? It's the same thing when you see all the fans in the crowd with a championship belt like this that's like $600 that Sith NEGAN has bought for the JCS Army. Belts stop meaning things when everybody's got a million of them. I created the idea of having a championship night on my show to help my show be funded years and years ago. It meant the world to everybody. Everybody was here to vie for it. It was unbelievable. But, when there's a million belts and there's a million things and people just all have to have one, all goes out the window. All becomes a turd. That's what's happened. It's not special in AEW. There's a million belts now. Like WWE is the same way. Now AEW is starting to be like that. But not only does AEW have too many belts now, which they didn't before, now they've got too many belts because other people's belts are everywhere, and it's confusing. So there's a problem, and I don't think they know it or care or don't know it, or they do know it. I don't know if they know it. I don't think they know it, that it's a problem. But what I do know is right now, speaking of belts, the Soundwave 92 is the top donation, and it is the current digital JCS champion right now. And we will be going ahead and tweeting that out if he wins it tonight. No doubt about it. Kite Lime says, if he has the Owen Hart title, shouldn't he be falling off? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Man, what is going on this week? The viewership has crash landed. MJF cuts a pipe bomb. We got 900 viewers. MJF doesn't show up to the show. We get 250. MJF is money. Please bring back MJF AEW. Please, for the love of God, bring MJF back. For the love of my channel and all of us, bring MJF back. Do you want to see the numbers? Do you guys want to see the numbers? Who wants to see the numbers? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at last week's AEW review and the week before's. Hell, fuck the week. Yeah, let's take a look at the week before's. Do you want to see it, guys? Here it is. And then we can probably compare tonight's. MJF drops a pipe bomb. What happens? Wait, I'm confused. I'm confused about something. Hold on a minute. Let me try to figure this out. Hold on a minute. Oh, it got 3,000 views since published. Okay, I see. All right. Let me go back a step. Hold on. 10,000 views. I'm trying to find the analytics for the live video. They used to tell you the live analytics. Why doesn't it do... Oh, here it is. Well, you know what, though, I don't understand is I saw 900 people watching at one point. So I don't understand why that's different now. It doesn't say that anymore. It says 766 live viewers. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's do the numbers. Total chat messages. 3,354. I swear to God, I saw 800 for sure, and I know I saw it touch 900, so I don't know how that disappeared. This is MJF, right? Now let's go look at the week before. The week before AEW review. Our largest amount of viewership, 256. Total chat messages, only 1,257. Total amount of viewers, 256. Total amount of views. Total amount of views were down as well. Obviously, much further down. I had 3,000 views on my AEW Dynamite review from May 25th. On the one where MJF cut a pipe bomb, I had 10,000. So, much greater. That was the MJF pipe bomb. Now, tonight, it's probably going to be a little better than the week before, but pretty crazy. Don't count me down.
That's right. Monsoon taking action against you.
Why do you keep asking me stupid questions? Because you know, Vince, the Gorilla Monsoon is just a puppet. That's all. You know you're the one that's pulling all the strings here. You're the boss. Why don't you do something to me?
Because
No, shut up. I'll tell you why. Because you're a greedy, selfish promoter, and you know Stone Cold and Bret Hart are going to get it on in the biggest match of the decade, and you don't want to miss out. You're going to fill your back pocket full, son. But listen to this. I'm going to make a lot of money from this match, but I'd just as soon kick his ass for free.
All right, in any event, Stone Cold Steve Austin live in our studio.
I love old Stone Cold back then, man. I couldn't believe the shit he was saying back then. As a little kid, Mark, 13, 12 years old, whatever I was, I couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah. I loved it, man. Stone Cold had that look in his eye, man, back then. That shit was fire. I loved it. Yeah, I'm watching Boston and Golden State, by the way, yes. So, whatever. Wardlow comes out and is like, yeah, Wardlow, we're going to get it on. I want to kick CM Punk's ass. He's the real champion, so I don't want to touch that belt until he comes back. But I do want the TNT championship.
You men that have completely diminished it. That's a title that I had won 3 months ago. A title that I have thought about every day since that night.
So then Scorpio Sky comes out. Pretty decent little promo. Then they get into a whole thing of like, hey, we're going to sue you unless you take on the 20 bouncers or whatever it is like that. That's fine. It's a nice little story. It's something little. It doesn't have MJF, but it's a nice little thing. The Hardys and everybody. Basically, we can confirm that Tony Khan wants to kill Jeff Hardy, so we will see the death of Jeff Hardy in AEW. We're going to get this huge tag team ladder match, Insanity. I mean, that is going to be fun. Subpar believability build-up between these guys. They barely were even trying here. Like, oh, yeah, I hate you. You hate us. Yeah, whatever. Oh, like, these guys had amazing rivalries against each other before AEW started. And now it just kind of is like going through the motions. Like, yeah, sure, get out of our room. We'll see you in a ladder. Like, this was really just like whatever. But the match will be probably interesting. We'll see what happens. I don't think people really enjoyed the last one because, honestly, just people were moving slow. Like, it wasn't really that great. I think the Hardys need to go broken and do that whole gimmick again and be that character, because I think without that character right now, they're not really able to do the Hardys. You know, they're not able to do the extreme crazy, maybe they are. I mean, someone's going to get hurt. So I hope they go back to being broken and do these gimmicks, and Brother Nero broken and Matt broken, because then they'll save their health and they'll be able to do less moves in the ring and more of the gimmick thing. I want to see a deletion match again. I think it's time, to set up that and bring that back. I want to see it. I know some of you guys love it. Some of you guys hate it. I don't give a fuck. I like it. I don't give a fuck. I loved it. Every time they did it after the first time, it was not as good. It diminished and diminished and diminished. I will admit that, and I believe that's true. But you know what? I need more entertainment stuff in this show. I really do. So woken, I'm broken. Bring it back. Just please bring it back. Go back to being a sub-dimensional creature or whatever the fuck it was, and Brother Nero, and just bring the whole thing back, please. And do another deletion thing and do more of them, because at this point, I don't want to see the Hardys wrestling anymore. They're too slow. Weird to say that, but I really believe it. I'd have more entertainment from a deletion, and they never really got to do it when the fans were here. It'd be good if they set it up to where some tag team was running amok in the company for a month or two, and week after week, some tag team was beating people and doing something, and nothing could stop them or whatever. And all of a sudden, 1 week, I don't know, there was a mysterious thing that happened, a note or something, or the lights went out and the lights came back on, and when they came back on, the only thing that was on was the Titantron, and it was a message that said, I have traveled through the dimension, and I'll be back or something. And they're like, what the fuck does that mean? And, then the Hardys show up, as these broken things, and just do something theatrical, because this sucks. Give me the theatrics again. That's what I want. Bring it back. It's time. Fuck everybody who doesn't like it. I like it. What are we going to see the same shit like this every week again? Fuck it. Then Thunder Rosa had a match that was all right-ish. She's the champion. Toni Storm licked her lips at the championship and was like, I want that championship just like I want another OnlyFans, $200,000 a month on OnlyFans. By the way, my wife told me that she was thinking about doing foot pics. She goes, I saw that people were doing feet pics and it actually works out. I would do that. I'm like, wait a minute. I've asked you to do that 1,000,000 times. The fans, there's been people that have asked for your foot pics for $1,000 and you said no. Now you want to do it? So for anybody that wants it, make sure you tweet my wife and you tell her how much, and maybe we actually will get my wife's feet pics. Maybe I'll put it on my OnlyFans when I launch my OnlyFans, which I'm still working on, by the way. It's going to be sexy. I'm going to be in panties, pouring chocolate syrup all over myself. It's going to be crazy. But yes, tweet my wife on Twitter @IncomingTube and tell her how much money you would give her for her foot pics. And we'll have her go through it, and we'll figure it out. She's always said no. But hey, maybe she wants to pay the mortgage. So I don't know. Foot pics from my wife. Who knows what will happen? She really said that. I'm dead serious. This isn't not a joke. She said that to me. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'd do all kinds of crazy things." I'm like, "What? With your feet? You said no to it. Somebody offered you $1,000 like 2 years ago, and I told you that. They were serious." I guess people change, when they get hungry. I don't know. Maybe after asking me to get takeout and me saying no for the last 3 weeks, maybe she was like, you know what? I better take some feet pics. You goddamn right you better. So Toni Storm is licking her lips for the AEW Women's Championship from Thunder Rosa. And then Will Osprey and, Jon Moxley is all right. It happens. It's okay. Jon Moxley wins. He'll go on to probably lose the championship, I think. Maybe not, though. Maybe he won't lose, but I think he's going to lose. But, that's just me. But I'd put the belt on the Japanese guy temporarily, then have him face CM Punk, because then they were going to face each other anyway, so you would think you'd put the belt on the Japanese wrestler. Is it Tanahashi? I think it's Tanahashi, right? So Tanahashi wins the championship. Then Tanahashi faces CM Punk for the title, and CM Punk wins it back. I mean, that's what I would think they would do. I suppose they could give it to Moxley and then give it back to him. But I don't know, bro. Not sure. We'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and give AEW tonight a 5 out of 10. I thought tonight was bad. I mean, I don't think I've ever given AEW a 4. Raw has gotten a 4. And I think I've only given AEW a 5 4 times. Maybe 4 times ever. And I think I've given AEW a lot of 6s and a lot of 7s and a few 8s. And I think we've given AEW a 9 once or twice. So that's sort of the history there in my mind as I throw it out, regurgitate it out to you. But I would give tonight a 5 out of 10. Just not impressed with this show tonight. I did not like it. And there's too many belts. They needed MJF tonight. This was just, I don't know. It was still, it's weird because it still entertained me. And it's better than Raw. Again, it's always typically better than Raw. Maybe a 5-5. But yeah, I don't know, man. I that's where I'm at, and I think a lot of you guys are. Give me a rating out of 10 in the chat. What did you think of AEW tonight, man? I don't know if it's the honeymoon phase, Drew Bar. It's just because, for the last 6 weeks, I mean, we've given AEW a 6-7, 6-7, I believe, a lot of 6 and 7s. So, but they're just kind of in a down period. I think last week we gave it a decent rating because of MJF, right? Maybe we gave last week a 6 or 7, and really without MJF last week, it would have been maybe a 5 or a 6, probably a 5 without MJF. So, this was missing that MJF promo. Eddie Kingston had a decent promo, but again, it was quick. Moxley had a alrightish promo, but it was just like he does that promo a lot. So it's like, okay. So, I don't know what to tell you at this point, but one of their worst shows. I would say one of their worst shows ever. Now, if you're a New Japan mark, maybe this is a lot better to you because you're like, oh my God, here we go, Forbidden Door, fuck yeah. Like 8 out of 10, I don't know. So maybe if you're that type of wrestling pure fucking Forbidden Door, New Japan type of deal, you're jerking off, maybe. And you're giving this a 7 or 6 or 8. But I don't know how. I can't do that. I can't do that. I don't like this. This is not what I'm here for AEW for. I'm not here for the Ring of Honor Tag Champions. I'm not here for the Owen Hart champion guy. I'm not here for, Atlanta fucking championship that's coming. What the fuck are they doing? What are they doing? Yeah, Derek Johnson, you know who watches the Japanese stuff? About 60,000 people. That's it. Maybe 100,000 people. Or 150,000. 150,000 people actually watch New Japan in America, I swear. And like 400,000 people pretend to care or they mark out for whatever reason. And then the other half of people just kind of pretend to know. They're like, oh yeah. Nobody cares. New Japan, the last fucking Wrestle Kingdom, they sold 50,000 Wrestle Kingdoms in America. 50,000 in America. That means that maybe 300,000 people care and 50,000 people bought it. That's what that means. WWE has way too many championships. It's a goddamn nightmare mess. And now AEW has too many championships. I've got to reach out to Tony Khan. He needs help. I never thought that ever. It's getting to the point where Tony Khan needs help. I've now messaged Tony Khan. I messaged Tony Khan that to help me help you. Tony Khan, help me help you. I only need I just need $100,000, Tony. Maybe $80,000. If I can keep doing my YouTube show, $80,000. Tony Khan, $80,000. I'll help book. I'll help write. I'll be a commentator if needed. I will do it all, Tony Khan, for $80,000. For $50,000, I'll do it. $50,000, Tony. I will write. I will book. I will liaison. I will commentate. I will do whatever. $50,000, Tony. As long as I can keep my YouTube show. $150,000, I'll get rid of my YouTube show and everything else I do. You need help. And I'm not, I'm serious. And you need someone from the outside who's not one of the guys trying to get in and get all weird with you. You need someone from the outside who will tell you like it is to you and keep it real and also help you and be creative. Let's go. I never asked for this before. Before, I used to just want to be a commentator. Just sign me as a commentator. I want to do commentary. Fuck that. I'll do it all now. I'll write. We need a writer. It's about time I utilize my writing background. Let's go. Or don't. I'm predicting a lower rating this week for AEW than last week, potentially. Now, the only reason why the rating might be somewhat okay this week is because MJF's promo last week, people wanted to see what happens this week. So the real rating drop, mark my words, if I'm wrong, I'll admit it, but I don't think so. I think the real ratings drop will come on June 15th. Assuming next week's show isn't that spectacular, June 15th will be the show where the ratings take a bump down. Tonight maybe carried on due to MJF. But we'll see. But the ratings for AEW have been pretty solidly consistent at 900,000 or so. So that's been good. That's been great for them. I want to see them go over 1 million, though. I really do. You hire me, the ratings are going over 1 million. I'm fucking telling you right now. I am going to be your fucking Vince Russo. If you hire me, the ratings will be over 1 million every week. But you have to help let me, or maybe I start with Rampage. Maybe you just get me on Rampage, because that show needs a fucking help. But they're just using that show right now as their kind of New Japan Ring of Honor. La, 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 la. Nope, it's never going to work. You're going to be entertained. All the wrestlers will be entertained. Some of the hardcores, like even myself, will be entertained. But you're not going to get new viewers. And you're not going to get that entertainment audience to tune over and see what's going on. Nope! On a Friday night? No! You know what I want to do? I want to take the world by storm on a Friday night. Rampage. The Boston Celtics right now. The Golden State Warriors. 102-92. 10 points separates these NBA teams. In Game 3 in Boston. 48 minutes away from me. You know what's weird is like, dude, I know that God damn it, I hate sounding like this broken record, man. When I think I can do something better, I don't think I think I suck, guys. I don't have a lot of self-esteem. I really don't. I really don't like myself. And honestly, dude, maybe I'm not as good as I ever thought. I always thought I could be a really good heel commentator or a great lead commentator. I want to take Jim Ross's job, Excalibur's job. I feel like I would bring excitement to the show, and that would make a difference. But, coming to the realization that I'll never have my dream, which is to be a commentator. I mean, I do wrestling commentary, but it's on the indies, and I love it. I love doing it. But, coming to the realization that the thing that I'm not good at a lot of things. I suck at almost everything. But the one thing that I thought, that's what I do. I call sports. That's what I do. That's the thing that I'm good at. A lot of people are good at a lot of things. A lot of people are so good at certain things. What am I good at? Nothing really. I guess maybe I'm okay at entertaining people on here. But I feel like that's the thing that should be doing, but I must be wrong, So I never thought that I never wanted to write anything. I don't want to write wrestling angles. I don't want to book wrestling shows. I always thought that and said that. But then I changed my mind when it came to WWE, and I started saying, no, I want to do that. Because the minute I start seeing that I feel like I have a better idea than the people doing it, that's when, and sometimes WWE has amazing ideas that I don't think I ever would have thought of, that I think are great. And sometimes AEW has ideas are like that. But when it comes to their mediocre stuff or their middle card stuff or their middle of the road stuff or certain things, I look at it and I go, this is no-brainer that you could have done better. So, while I don't know if I'd ever have some of those mega hits that each company hits and has, I know that a lot of the mediocre stuff, I could blow that out of the water. And I don't think of myself as being that good. So that's why I get upset about this. That's why in the past few years I've been like, I want to be the president of the country. Because I feel like I have even if I couldn't get things done that I wanted to get done as the president of the United States, I would still come on and say it to people. Here's why I'm not able to do this. Here's what you're going to have to do in order to allow the president to do this. Yo, Paul Pierce is here tonight. Let's go, fucking Paul Pierce. Hide the knives. Paul Pierce. Does anybody get that? Rejected! It's not a goaltend. Come on.
Pump the brakes on 50K, 75K, and include family, dental, and medical.
Ultra Fantastico. Thank you for the donation. That's a good point. I need dental, too. I need family, dental, and doctor. That's true. I just want to help, man. I just want to make something better. You know what I mean? I want to make the show better. I want to see what they have planned for the show, and I want to look at the rundown sheet, and I want to be like, here's how we can make this better. That's what I want to do. I don't know, man. We're in a dangerous spot right now where we are catering to the mega wrestling fan, which is okay, but it's too much of it. That's my problem. And we're sort of tag teaming in and out from the entertainment wrestling to the really strong style and new wave wrestling style. So we're kind of like tag teaming out off and on. Like, okay, MJF's promo and all the other stuff. All right, tag out. All right, now in comes the New Japan Will Osprey flippity flop circus stuff. Okay, now tag out of that and back to the blood and the hardcore matches and the, I caught you in the bathroom. Like, so, but we need to, it's just, and there's too many belts. Like, there's too much shit. I said this for years, and Juan Espinoza has a great point. I said this for years. The WWE needs a new commentator. They need a heel guy or a guy who seems excited, or they need a guy who's actually giving excitement on the mic, who's not a robot. I wanted to be that guy. Pat McAfee ended up being that guy. I mean, essentially, guys, they did exactly what I wanted. That's why I give WWE credit. I wanted them to hire me so I could be the guy on SmackDown being like, dude, it's fucking SmackDown, and hyping it up. That's what I wanted to do. I have my own YouTube show, 70 million views. But Pat McAfee has his own show, 700 million views. Not 70,000 subs, millions of subs. So I'm a poor man's Pat McAfee. I'll admit it. But I started this shit from scratch, on my own. I wasn't on TV. I wasn't on anywhere. I was nothing. I am self-made. Here. I wasn't a former NFL kicker. I didn't have channels. I didn't have millions of dollars to spend on a studio to set it up to get going in the first place. I started from in debt to my own fucking shit. And now in debt again. So I'm not Pat McAfee. I'm a poor man's Pat McAfee, no doubt about it. But that's what I wanted. So even though they didn't hire me, fuck it. They hired somebody that's good. And that's all I wanted. I don't have to be that guy because they got him. But now they got to do something about the Raw team. They got to do something about the writing, the Raw team, and unfortunately it seems that WWE is just too corporate at this point. And it ain't never going to change. WWE is too corporate. But AEW is wide open, probably too wide open. But I don't know, man. What am I going to do? Sit here and bitch about it all day long? Who cares? I'm 38 years old. I'm going to be 38 years old in a few weeks. I can't even believe it. My life is over. I'm going to be 40 in 2 years. I was going to be a broadcaster. Or I was going to be a top sales guy somewhere. Or I was going to be a YouTuber that killed it. And I was for about 4 years. So when I see a show that doesn't do as well as it should, I want to be a 10 every week. It's not a 10 every week. If the owner is telling you it's a 10 every week, he's wrong. If Vince McMahon is telling you his show is great, he's wrong. If Tony Khan is saying his show's a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10 every week, he's wrong. And I can see that, and so can everybody. So that's why I want to be there. That's why I want to work there. That's why I want to be there. Because this isn't good enough for anybody. And I'm sitting here in my basement after on my own successfully creating a channel that got me a house. And although my life is falling apart, I'm sitting here watching stuff be done not as good as it should be. And I'm like, bro, I would work for free for 3 months to prove it. In WWE, AEW, or wherever, I would work for free for 3 months to prove that I could do it before you paid me $1. And after 3 months, I'd walk into the office and say, I would like my paycheck now. And it'd be that confident because it would be that good. And that's how confident I am. There's no way I would fail. If I failed, I would just end my life. Like, I'd bet my life on 3 months. 3 months of booking, success. Or 3 months of commentary, whatever you want to call it, success. Or I swear to God, I'll give my life. And I probably would, because that would be about it. Because if I can't succeed at that, or commentary, or anything, why am I here? I've run out of everything. I'm not good at anything else. I suck. Joe was still in his 20s when this show started. That's crazy to think about. That is crazy to think about. I was 27 or 28. I was about 28 years old when I started this show. That is crazy. 28. The PG era, what's that? I don't know. I guess the WWE is still in the PG era. But that doesn't matter. It can be PG. We can still write better stuff. They can write better things in the PG era, and they just can't do it. They can't do it. Man, do they need a shakeup, dude. They need a goddamn shakeup. And if they add the Trios title on top of that, good Christ. There's too many belts in AEW. Forbidden Door should be something that they build on on Rampage. In my opinion. Forbidden Door should be booked on Rampage. Because if you care that much about it, you're going to watch Rampage to see it. And then they'll do a pay-per-view based on Rampage only. That's what I would have done. Rampage is where I do the Forbidden Door. Maybe I have Will Osprey show up tonight still. I'd do that. But, as far as Ring of Honor titles and shit like that, get out of here. Get the fuck off the main show. I knew Keith Lee was going to be a bust. That's the best thing. Once I heard that fucking podcast that Keith Lee did about WWE and Vince McMahon, I knew Keith Lee was going to be a bust. You're overpaying a guy who hasn't done shit. He's been in WWE. So what? I don't even know what a Bearcat is. It's a fucking character. Get out there and fucking get it over, you fuck. Bask in our glory. Swerve in our glory. You're fucking goofy as fuck. You suck. You suck. You weird-looking fuck with your shaved face. Should have kept the beard. You looked at least like a man. Now you look like a weird fuck. I don't even know what a Bearcat is. You're a fucking goof. Swerve in our glory. Fuck does that mean? God, I fucking can't stand him ever since I heard that podcast. Vince wanted me to do this stuff I didn't agree with. I don't know. Yeah? You didn't do anything different. He acted the same in WWE as he does here, as he's done everywhere, except for in NXT, he was given good storylines by Triple H. In NXT, that Keith Lee is good if he's under Triple H's fucking leadership. Because Triple H knows how to book Keith Lee. Triple H knows what to do. Vince McMahon doesn't know what to do with him. Keith Lee doesn't know what to do with himself. And Tony Khan doesn't know what to do with him. Nobody knows what to do with Keith Lee except for fucking Triple H. That's the only person that knows what the fuck to do with Keith Lee is Triple H. That's the goddamn truth. The only reason Keith Lee even gets cheers like, oh, bask in his glory, is because they like to cheer something. And number two, they remember what he did in the past. They remember the NXT matches. That's what makes Keith Lee get any reaction at all. Doesn't swerve in my glory. That doesn't do shit. His promos don't do shit. Nothing does shit. The only reason why people are even acknowledge him is because of what he did in NXT. So that's all. That's it. That's all he'll ever be or do, unless they build him up to have a character or him to do something special in AEW. There is not one. Name the fucking moment that Keith Lee has had in AEW. What's his moment in AEW? What has Keith Lee done in AEW that makes him special, good, or important, or anything? Nothing. What did Keith Lee do that was special in WWE main roster? Nothing. Keith Lee did nothing on the main roster that means anything. He did stuff in NXT. You know, some of his matches were great. Winning a championship was great. The North American Championship and all that stuff they did, that stuff was his best run anywhere ever. Well, actually, to be honest, the Indies and stuff he did prior was also good. Keith Lee's stock went like this. You want to draw with Cronin? You guys want to draw a picture? You want to draw a picture? Watch this. This is Keith Lee's stock. Woo! Woo! This is Keith Lee on the Indies. That's Keith Lee on the Indies. This is Keith Lee on the Indies. This is Keith Lee in NXT. This is Keith Lee on the WWE main roster. This is Keith Lee in AEW. Maybe there's a little blip up because he's in AEW down here. Maybe this comes up a little bit. Maybe we could say, like, he gets signed by AEW, so it's like he kind of goes up a little bit, but then it goes back down again. That's Keith Lee. That's a fucking fact. That's Keith Lee's career right now. You know? Put a little fucking line graph right down here. This is dead. We're approaching dead again. He's just above the deadline right now. Keith Lee's at like approaching dead. He's basically like just above the line of he's breathing right now. This is where you want to be. You want to be above this line. How do we get Keith Lee above that line? And certainly up here. How do you do that? When the guy literally said that he doesn't like any of Vince McMahon's ideas, he doesn't understand any of them, he doesn't want to do any of the characters, he doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to yell, doesn't want to get loud, doesn't want to do that, doesn't want to fucking cut a promo a certain way, doesn't want to be the Bearcat. Okay, what do you want to be? I don't know. Limitless. Okay, you're limitless. You're limited. I don't want to go into this rant all over again about Keith Lee. You know, I don't want to do that. Game 3 Celtics. It's nuts. Here comes Horford with the alley-oop and a slam to the fucking hoop that makes Horford's dick hard. Sorry. Wiggins for 3. It won't go. 3.5 minutes left. Sorry. I'm from Boston. I got to watch it. Oh, stolen. Wiggins. And a free 2 for Warriors. Crazy D for Andrew Wiggins. And the Celtics give one up there after they look pretty good, up by 12 right now as they dribble through half court with 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. Joe Cronin's dick is hard because the Celtics could take game 3. Tatum fadeaway, not good, off the front, rims it. Steph Curry dribbling through traffic, one-handed pass. It won't go. Horford with the rebound. All right, sorry. I'm really pumped up right now. Oh, my God, dude, I'm fired up. Let's go. It's goddamn basketball. No, but seriously, it's too bad the Bruins aren't in the playoffs because I love hockey. It sucks not being able to watch much of hockey. I caught some of the Rangers the other day and everything else. But sorry, I'm having fun a little bit weird. What up, 9Doc? How you doing? You know, I've done a little bit of commentary for the Control Your Narrative guys. I mean, I'm friends with the fodder. I'm friends with fodder. EC3. I don't know. If they're doing a show, I mean, probably should get them the link. But they're in Florida too. Anyway, I had fun reviewing this show. It looks like the Celtics are going to take this. Kind of waiting to see where the Celtics game goes. Make sure they win before we get off the air here. Let me read the chat and try to help everybody out and jump in the chat here. Bruins will rebuild. Dude, the Bruins just fired their coach too. What are they doing? Dude, I like Bruce Cassidy. Now the Bruins fired their goddamn coach. Like, the coach was good. Don Sweeney is fucking scapegoating Bruce Cassidy. By the way, Don Sweeney is related to Leah. Do you guys know? Have I told you guys this before? Don Sweeney is my wife is family with Don Sweeney, who is the Bruins GM. Which is weird because I have all his hockey cards from when I was a kid because I love that team. You know, back then, Ray Bork and Don Sweeney and all those guys. Found out that we're related to him. So now my kids are related to Don Sweeney. That's weird. I believe I think it's second cousin. I think it's his second cousin. It's kind of funny. I should call him up. The fuck you doing, Don? How long until we start viewing AEW like Raw? I don't think we will because AEW has too many variables and too much. They're too free, I think, in order to ever become like how Raw is. You know, they're just too free. So I don't think that we're gonna view AEW like Raw ever. You know what I mean? There's a danger that we could end up viewing AEW like the old Ring of Honor or Impact Wrestling and things like that. So they got to be careful. But I don't think that we're going to view it like that. If it were to happen, it wouldn't be for a couple of years. But because they're free to kind of do almost whatever, I don't think that's going to happen. What up, Glenn? How you doing, man? That's why she always wears Bruins hoodies. Honestly, Leah didn't know that, really, because Leah used to say to me, oh, you know, I'm related to one of the Bruins. I don't remember how or which one or who it is or whatever. And I'm like, what? Why didn't you tell me this? That's crazy. And then finally, after a while, I was like, she finally called her family or whatever, and they asked, like, hey, who is it who's our, like, other fucking second cousin, whatever it is? Whose family is it? What name is it? And she goes, oh, it's I thought it was somebody on the Bruins, but no, it's somebody called, like, Don Sweeney. I was like, what? Fucking Don Sweeney? She goes, why? Is he still around or whatever? Like, he's the fucking GM. I thought that was funny. You want me to face Blitz? He's dead. He's gone, man. He quit. I'll take him on, though. I'll take your Chicago ass on. It'll be like the Bulls versus the Celtics. I'll take him on. I'd be worried about him shooting me, though, because he is from Chicago, so, you know. We don't really do that in Boston. We beat you down with wiffle ball bats. You know, you fuck up, we show up with a bat. No, I don't know. I'm fucking pumped up, man. We need to beat the we need to make sure we get ahead of the Lakers again. Because the Lakers and the Celtics are tied for 17 championships. So we need to take banner 18. We got to do it, man. We got to do it. We need to pull away from the Lakers. And then the Patriots need to win one so we can get ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because then in football, the Patriots are tied for the most championships with the Steelers. And in basketball, the Celtics are tied for the most championships with the Lakers. So if the Celtics can pull this off, we have the most championships in basketball. And then the Patriots will have the most championships in football. So that's 2 out of the 4. I'll take it. Coincidentally, my favorite sports are baseball and hockey, but fuck it. The Bruins are never going to catch the Montreal Canadiens. Like, they're never going to catch them. And the Red Sox are never going to catch the goddamn Yankees. 20-something, 27 World Series or something, 26, 27 World Series. Red Sox with like 9 or something. Bruins with like 5 championships. Montreal with like 17. I don't know what the numbers are, but they're fucking crazy. So the only chance the Boston, but you know, for Boston, for there to be 4 sports and Boston or whatever, New England, to have 2 of the most championships in the 4 sports, I'll take that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Like, that's a pretty awesome thing to have. Especially when I was 15 years old, the Patriots hadn't won anything ever. They sucked. So who would have thought at 15 years old, if you went back to tell 15-year-old me, hey, the Patriots are going to win like 6 championships and tie the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, I would have been like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? So you know what I mean? I'll take it. And at the time, the Celtics had the most championships. I think they had 16 titles, and they were ahead of the Lakers by 2, I think. So Boston wins. Celtics win, so that's good for me. You know? Yeah, Tony Khan has to really be careful not to cater to that dorky New Japan Ring of Honor crowd, man, because there's a reason why you had to buy Ring of Honor. There's a reason why New Japan can't sell pay-per-views that well in America. What are you doing? Don't play down to the competition. Boston Breakers, 0 USFL titles. Oh my God, that's funny. Al Horford has been insane, bro. Al Horford is on some kind of crack. He's bailed out Tatum. When Tatum hasn't been good, Al Horford's been good. And then when Tatum is good, he's good. That's the good thing. Al Horford has been great at bailing out Tatum and even Green at times. Tony is killing his own company. He doesn't even realize it. I think you might be right. I mean, I don't know if he's killing it, but he's not helping it. Tony is not doing his own company favors right now. No doubt about that. So, I don't know what you can say about that. Let me see. Toni Storm's OnlyFans. Maybe I'll go to that. I don't know, man. I don't know if there's any other news really to get to here. AEW stars leaving handwritten notes at Dynamite. I don't know what that means. Sean Waltman to Kane. What the fuck, man? Well, Sean Waltman's never going to get along with Kane because Kane is a Republican. Sean Waltman is he's a liberal. I don't agree with Kane on some things. I think Kane is too much of a Republican, but I think Sean Waltman is too much of a Democrat. So they're never going to agree. If I think that both guys are a little too far left and right, you're never going to get along. I'm not surprised you haven't fought yet. I'm not surprised to see X-Pac and Kane fighting. By the way, X-Pac blocked me on Twitter, and I never knew why. But I'm not surprised to see X-Sac and Kane fighting. I mean, dude, what do you expect? One is a Republican, pretty stiff one, and the other guy is a pretty far-leaning left liberal guy. So, of course you're going to fight. You guys are completely opposite people. So, that does not shock me that those two are fighting. Toni Storm quit when she was getting a push because some people got released. I think Toni Storm quit because she wanted to show her pussy on OnlyFans. Put that in a fucking quote. I don't care. Good call for her. $250,000 a month. $250,000 a month for Toni Storm. She's still getting 300 likes on her posts. And the math is always that only about 5% of people usually will comment or will leave likes and hearts and comments. So, and I think it's less than that. I think it's 2%. So if you had 5,000 OnlyFans times 5%, that's 250. Right there. So that's not even it. She's higher than that. She's at like 6,000. 6,000 times 5% is 300. So she's higher than that. She's at 8,000. So 8,000 times the minimum payment that she has of $19.99 a month.
Did you see outside of NHL/NBA, 2 of the top 3 shows on cable last week were Raw/. Pretty wild. By the way, 90 Day Fiancé was the other third.
You know why? I think I know why that is. Adam Talmage, thank you, sir. Dude, I honestly think that one of the reasons why that is, and I want you to think about, this is a very interesting point you just made, Adam. That's a really good point, Adam. I think the reason for that, what the fuck is on TV that we're tuning in to watch? Name it. What's on TV besides sports? Think about it. What's on TV that we're all watching every week? What is everybody talking about? Stranger Things. That's on Netflix. What is everybody talking about? Star Trek. That's on CBS Paramount. What is everybody talking about? The Halo show. That's on Paramount. What is everybody talking about? Kenobi. That's on Disney. What's everybody talking about? Movies. They're in the movie theater or on digital streaming. What weekly show is everybody watching that's on TV? Game of Thrones was the last one maybe, and that was on HBO. What's on TV? Fox News, the NBA and the NHL, WWE, AEW. The landscape is yours. Maybe Bar Rescue. I watch Bar Rescue. Other than those weird one-off, like sort of like Bar Rescue or Celebrity Revival or whatever the fuck they call these shows, there's nothing on TV that everyone is agreeing to sit around and watch. Maybe NCIS and Law and Order, stuff like that. That's about it. I haven't even looked at the shows and the numbers and what's going on. The Walking Dead, but that's The Walking Dead's The Walking Dead. So people are watching Hulu, YouTube TV, Paramount Network, Disney, Netflix. Who the hell's watching? So yeah, my estimation is that Toni Storm is making $180,000 still on her OnlyFans. So potentially that's how much she's making a month on OnlyFans, it looks like. So again, $2 million a year. Toni Storm is making $2 million a year on OnlyFans. And she's making who knows what a year at AEW. 80,000, 180, 60, 70, 80,000, 100,000 a year. I don't know. Peacock is another one. Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, that shit. There's nothing else. Pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy to think about. Adam Talmage, great point, man. That was a great point. That really was good. That being said, I'm out of here. I hope you guys can support my channel by going to Patreon and becoming a patron. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Check out my video from earlier that I did about Edge. Put it out earlier today. You might have missed it. Check it out if you can. Give it some love. This show tonight, sorely missing MJF. Please make sure you guys click that like button on your way out and stick the thumb directly up my ass. Tomorrow night is, I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. It depends on how bad my day is. Friday night is Monetize This. This Friday night, Monetize This. Saturday. Oh, the Orville is tonight, too. Shit, the Orville's out as well. Orville's on Hulu. It's really good. Saturday night is Beat the Clock. See how late you can keep us up this Saturday night on Beat the Clock. And shout out to Soundwave 92. He is the top donation of the stream at $29. Thank you for keeping the show relevant with the donos. And thank you to DrewBar100 because earlier today when I put out my video on Edge, DrewBar down below on the video decided to drop a little tip, and that helped out big time because that video probably would have made $3 in ad revenue or less. And DrewBar down below dropped a $10 super thanks. So I pinned it to the top of the comments section. Whenever you guys drop money to me, you can actually donate to my videos. Many of you guys know this, but so thank you to DrewBar for dropping that $10 of a tip on my video earlier today, man. Thank you. And if you missed that video, go check it out. Just a little conversation about Edge and why he might have left, and how there's 3 different opinions on why he left. That's right. Some people cut the TV off completely, DrewBar. Thunder Rosa. Click the like button on your way out. Remember to tell Leah you want the feet pics at IncomingTube on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.